What's up YouTube, SnatchPato here, and I'm going to be solving some more tactics. So as you can see, the tactics problem set is blitz, which means I have less time to solve them, and if I solve them correctly faster than the average user, I will gain points, and if I solve them slower than the average user, I will gain less points. And sometimes negative points even if I get it right if I spend too long. So let's get into it. Okay, this is a pretty complicated position, and we're waiting on black to move. So the black king attacks our knight here on b7, so my first thought is, how do I protect that king? How do I protect that knight, rather? I can play rook b1, but that, can I protect the knight and threaten something else? You know what I mean? Can I attack something else while protecting the knight? Let's look at checks. I don't have any knight checks. I don't have any bishop checks. I do have a check with this dark squared bishop. Aha. So perhaps there is something here with bishop to f4 check if the king takes the knight, which is the only, I guess the king can come to b6, but I'm going to play rook b1 check anyway. So so bishop f4 check, and the king can't come to any of these squares here, these three squares, or this fourth square, or this fifth square. So none of these squares can the king go to, so it'll take the knight most likely. Rook b1 check. It only has one square now. If the knight blocks, we just take it, correct? So he won't. He'll come here to a6, and then I have bishop back to d3 with another check on the king. King is forced here to a5. There's no more blocking. So king a5, and then this bishop here from f4 can probably just come to c7 with check again. I can also play rook to b5 check. Is an option. Rook b5 check. The king can probably play back up to a6 though, which is a bit of an issue. So I'm going to not play that probably. I'm going to calculate bishop f4, king takes b7, rook b1, king a6, bishop d3, king a5, bishop c7, check again. And remember the rook's on this file now, so he can take this pawn, which he will. But then I have bishop to b5 check, which is protected by the rook. So this is getting pretty deep calculation here. My bishop is on c7 and my bishop's on d3, so bishop d3 check. King has to come down to a3. Then I have bishop to d6 check. Remember, this is all force, guys, all checks. Bishop d3 check. King down here to a2, attacking my rook, though. And I'm concerned because my rook is unprotected at this point. What am I missing here? Maybe I've miscalculated something. Bishop f4 check. King takes rook. King takes knight. Rook b1. King a6. There's no bishop c8. Can I play bishop c... Whoops. Whoa. Whoa. Can I please play bishop f4 check? King b7. Rook b1. King a6. Can I then play bishop c7, cutting off the king, only then playing bishop d3? He might be able to formulate a defense with knight a5 coming into block, so I think there has to be forcing moves. Maybe rook b1 first, threatening bishop c4, but bishop f4, except he has knight takes bishop, and then his king will have a flight square on the light squares. So bishop f4 check takes rook b1. King a6, bishop d3, bishop d3. It's a tough one, guys. Bishop d3, check. King a5. Maybe there's something better here. Maybe rook b5 is the idea. Bishop c7, I still think is good, check. King a4, maybe here rook b4? Check. King a3. Still don't see how I can mate the king. I really want to calculate this one right to the very end, guys, before I play a move, even if it means it's going to cost me some points. Because I think that's a good way to improve your calculation skills. You don't want to just go ahead and play bishop f4 because it's probably right, and it might net me the tactic in the long run because it'll be easier to calculate at the end. I'd rather try and calculate to mate. So bishop f4. Hopefully I'm not missing something really simple. The knight blocks I just take again, right? Take with check. And then if the king tries to come down to c6, I've got knight a5 stuff. Like, I think him giving up material is not going to be good either. Bishop f4 check just screams correct to me. It just screams correct. Bishop f4 takes, rook b1 check, king a6. Is there something better here that I'm missing? Bishop d3 check, king a5. Perhaps here I can play bishop to b5, protecting the pawn. The king's on a5, right? No, because if I play bishop b5 there, the king can play to b6, and even if though I have discoveries, with like, I don't know, bishop somewhere, the king can then escape backwards. Bishop f4, king takes knight, rook b1, king a6, bishop d3, king a5, bishop c7, king a4. This is where my vision becomes a bit weaker, guys. The king is cutting off this. My rook is cutting off his king. Ah, hang on. After my bishop on d3 is cutting off these light squares, and my bishop on c7 is hitting the king has to come to a4, right? And my rook's on b1. Can then I play rook a1 check? With my bishop on d3, these square, the king's here on a4, and after check, it can't come down because of this pawn, can't come across because of this pawn, and it can't come up here because of this bishop. Aha! Bishop f4, king takes knight, rook b1, king a6, bishop d3, king a5, bishop c7, king a4, rook a1, I think is checkmate. So let's try and put that on the board. That's my calculations. Okay, so he's going to sacrifice the knight, but does it help? I suppose my move is just takes, right? Okay. My line is already incorrect. I mean, it was probably correct, but he's playing a better defensive move. So I suppose rook takes is better because we're threatening the knight and we're going to do discovered check. Unless there's something else. I think rook takes. Well, rook takes does allow rook g1 check, right? King d2. He takes my rook. But then I might have some checkmate. I am surprised that that is not the correct move. Bishop takes knight. I suppose rook takes knight. Unless there's a knight escape? Maybe just... I'm baffled, guys. I did all that calculation work, and as you can see, it's not correct. Rook takes knight, I think. Rook takes knight. King, rook g1, king d2. Pawn takes. I just take. That does nothing, I don't think. He takes my rook. I take his knight with check. He has to go to b6. Then I have bishop c7 check. But you can take my knight on that line. Fascinating. That's completely caught me by surprise. I can also play pawn takes d4, which is keeping the knight pinned. Pawn takes d4. But I think rook takes is best. So that's correct. Rather than letting me do all the checkmating. Okay, so I got it right. I lost a couple of rating points just because it took so long. After bishop f4 check, there is a mate in 11 after king takes b7, and I'll put it on the board and show you. King takes b7, rook b1 check, knight b4, so this is just prolonging it. Rook takes b4, king c6, rook takes c7. Okay, so this is obviously mating. Let's have a look at my line and see if my calculations were correct. So here the king is forced to this square if he doesn't want to sacrifice a piece to try and save it. And then I was thinking bishop d3 check. Nothing can block this bishop, so this is forced. And then bishop c7. Nothing can take or block that bishop, so this is forced. And then rook a1 is checkmate. So that was the line I was calculating. Obviously, there's more going on in a chess game than one line, but I thought that was an interesting way, and I'm quite proud of myself and happy that I calculated at least that line all the way to the end, the Maton 5 or whatever it was. Okay, video's already going on quite a long time, so perhaps we'll just leave it at one tactic for this video, guys. I hope you guys enjoyed that. If you did, make sure you like the video. More videos to come. Make sure you always stay classy. Peace.